right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Say hi as you are joining. We are live streaming in a lot of places. Let me just make sure we're good here. It looks like we're good in the Facebook group. Guys, wherever you're tuning in, I think we're everywhere. So just wherever you're at, please say hello, drop some love and emojis and comments. Let us know you're here so that we can see you and so that we know that you made it. So hello and welcome, everyone. I am so excited to jump into this masterclass with you guys. Say hi in the chat. I hope you guys are really excited for the content today. And while you guys are saying hi and letting me know you're tuning in, drop below, like, where are you listening in? Where are you tuning in from? I see that some of you here are in the Facebook group. Some of you are on StreamYard. So yay. Okay, very good, very good. Let me see if I can get y'all that are in here with me live. Let me see if I can add all of your gorgeous faces to the live. So cool. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. Let's do a really quick introduction to those of you. Give me one sec. I just want to myself over here. Give me one second. Okay. I just want to make sure I mute so that we do not hear. Okay, I just have everyone on the live stream muted. Just for now, so that I don't hear an echo and hear myself talking. That was really scary. Okay, hopefully it sounds a lot better for you guys than that just did for me. Okay, so if you guys have never met me before, hello and welcome. My name is Ann Keeney. I am the founder of Peak Sales Performance, and I help mainly coaches and service-based CEOs, along with their sellers, amplify, simplify, and streamline their income and their growth online. It is what I've been doing for 20 years. It's what I love. I think I am the best at it. So I'm really excited to share some of that with you guys today. I want to do a really quick overview of what I'm going to cover with you guys today. While I'm doing that, just keep saying hi in the chat, spread some love, share this out if you're able to, depending on where you're tuning in from. And also just keep in mind, you're going to want something to take some notes with, because I am going to be sharing some pretty good strategies and tips with you guys today, and you're going to want to write those down. There will be a replay. We are going to email it out to you guys, so make sure that we have your email. If we don't have your email, if you're not on our email, just let us know. Shoot me a private direct message. Just let me know what your email is. Let me know that you would like to receive the replay. We'll make sure you get plugged into that. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to dive in, guys, because I have a little bit to share with you, and I want to make sure I give you all the juice that I promised. I also want to make sure we leave some time for some open live Q&A. Okay, so make sure you guys are writing down questions as we go through this that are coming up for you, so that we can answer them at the end. I'm going to kind of hold off on answering any questions just kind of as we get started, because I want to make sure I get the content to you guys first, and then I'll pop in and we can do Q&A. Okay. Let me know in the comments if that sounds okay with you guys, if you're ready. You're going to learn today the 4 sales pillars that are going to help you add an additional 6 figures of repeatable revenue to your business in less time than what you're doing now. And I can practically guarantee that. I'm going to share with you guys the 4 systems that my team and I have been implementing that have just changed the game for us. Okay. These systems have allowed me to cross and sustain 7-figure growth. And I work 4 to 5 hours a day, 3 weeks a month. I do not work on weekends. I do not work evenings. I coach 1 day a week, and I have more than 55 clients at any given time. I close every single high ticket sale, so 5K to 10K, 20K, all in DMs with no sales calls, no sales pages. We create about a piece a day of content, and every one of those pieces of content pull in high quality DM chats for us. So that's pretty much what we got going on. And we're converting about a sale a day right now with a database and a buyer's list. I mean, if that sounds sexy, just put sexy in the comments, because I think it sounds pretty darn good. I know that my team and I over here, our company and our clients, we're loving that. Let me know if that sounds good, because basically what I'm going to teach you today is going to allow you to build the same kind of process and results in your own business. Okay. And for the record, I don't run Facebook ads. I'm not using any sales pages. I don't have a huge audience. I'm not live launching constantly. I'm not dying at my desk. You'll never see me dance on TikTok. It's not ever going to happen. And I don't do anything sleazy or salesy at all. Okay. So I just want to let you know the way that we are creating these results is not by any of that stuff. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start breaking down these four sales systems that we've given pretty much every ounce of our attention to inside of my company, as well as with our clients across our programs. I'm going to break them down one by one. We're going to go to, once I do that, we'll go and open up for some live Q&A. I'm going to encourage you guys to, one, take notes, two, drop questions below, and write those down so I can answer them at the end. I'm going to do my best to save some time to do that. So I'm going to kind of go fast, but I want to make sure I answer questions and get this content to you first. So, okay. I want this to be really super interactive, guys. I don't like talking to myself, okay? So please ask questions, share your takeaways, engage with me, okay? Wherever you're tuning in, engage with me, comment, do all the beautiful things, because I definitely don't like just talking to myself, okay? I want to know you're here, but I also want to know if what I'm sharing with you is making sense, if it's helpful, as well as any questions you have so I can clarify, okay? Okay, so I'm going to share with you my daily content strategy for getting champion clients to raise their hands, get in chat with us, and convert to a new client. I'm also going to show you how moving out of one-on-one and selling low-ticket offers, moving into high-ticket group coaching, it has changed the game for us. It has changed the game for us in far less hours than what I was doing in my one-on-one. And I do not sacrifice my values, and I'm not sacrificing client results by doing so, okay? I'm also going to share with you the repeatable plug-and-play sales strategy that allows us to hit our buyers list in a matter of just minutes, gets cold leads to move super fast, and it allows us to close a sale a day in about 4 to 5 hours while collapsing conversion time. Okay, we've been able to take the time that it normally takes someone to convert a cold lead to a paying client. We have condensed it and collapsed it down. It's wild. And then I'm also going to share the strategy we're using to attract high quality leads into our sales pipeline every single day, 7 days a week, without being spammy, pitchy, or douchey, or link dropping all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing all of this with you guys. I want to do a little bit of good news, bad news. And I'm actually going to do bad news first, then good news, okay? I want to do a couple of things because I want to just kind of raise the awareness on some things here. And I want to shift some perspective really fast so that you're in the right mindset to take what I teach you today and actually see that it is possible for you with very small tweaks, okay? So bad news is you need to grow your audience every single day, or you're not going to have enough leads to create consistent sales, okay? That's the bad news. Because that probably could feel for some of you like, oof, right? Depending on what your audience growth looks like right now. The good news is that you can grow your audience every day, guys, organically in about an hour a day without lurking on people, without sending pitchy DMs, or dying at your desk to do so. I promise, okay? Pinky promise. All right, bad news. The online space is more crowded than ever before. And it is full of smart, sophisticated, and very savvy people. So you have to very quickly up-level your positioning so you can attract and speak to people that have money to invest with you. Okay? You guys can absolutely share in the comments if your audience is full of money and what invest in, or maybe you think that your audience is broke. I don't know. But you absolutely need to position yourself so that you're attracting and speaking to people that have money to invest. So one of my past mentors, David Nagel, once told me, you are not going to get rich selling solutions to people with no money. And that used to hurt my feelings a lot because I was born into the foster care system. I lived on food stamps a lot of my, in my 20s. I was a single mom. I lived on welfare. I lived in government housing, collected food stamps. I lived on $363 a month in food stamps, guys. I come from that. So, it kind of hurt my feelings when my mentor's like, listen, you're not going to get rich off, selling solutions to people that don't have any money. It kind of hurt my feelings because I was like, oh, but the truth of the matter is that I didn't have any money, but I did have a really high mentality. I did have a really high mindset in that I was going to figure out a way to get the help I needed to get where I wanted to go. And I understood what my mentor was saying when I realized that. There's a difference in putting content out that speaks to people who can't pay their mortgage. And there's a difference in putting content out that speaks to people who might financially have some obstacles, but they are willing to figure it out and make the investment to get the help that they need because they're really serious about their goals. So I think that's what he was saying, right? Maybe the way he said it, I kind of like, ooh, that hit me for a second, right? Because I was that broke person once, but I didn't have a broke mentality, right? I didn't have a broke mentality. Yes, financially, I needed to scrape it up, right? I had to sell some things. I had to roll some change. I had to ask for some money. I had to take out some credit cards. I had to do a lot of things that were a little bit uncomfortable to get the money that I needed, but I had the mindset to do it. So I think what David Nagel was really telling me back then was that I needed to up-level my marketing and my messaging and my positioning to speak to people that were really serious about getting the help that they need. And I had to stop talking to people specifically that were literally not even able to feed their families. So there is a little bit of a difference in a little bit of a marketing shift there, guys, for you. Because the truth is, right, I don't want to age myself, but back in the day, my mom and dad used to say, you're not going to get blood out of a turnip, right? And it was one of those sayings of like, you can squeeze the juice all you want, but like, it's dry. And basically what that is saying is like, it doesn't matter how good your service is, and it doesn't matter how much content you put out. It doesn't matter how bad you want to help people. If those people don't have the means, the mindset, and the resources to invest, to receive your help, then you're dragging them. You're going to drag them, and you can't make people do what you want them to do. You cannot want this more than they do, right? If they're not ready, willing, and able, well, then it's just not going to work. Okay. So good news, right? Good news is the online space is more crowded than ever before with smart, sophisticated, and savvy people. And that's what I just said. But here's the kicker. There is also, because of that, there's more opportunity than ever before for you to position yourself in your niche category to people that have money to invest. Okay. So yes, good news, bad news. There's more people than ever. It's a little bit crowded. It might be a little harder to stand out because people are content fatigued, right? They have lots of options, lots of choices, all that stuff. However, there is also more opportunity than ever for everybody, but you've got to position yourself. Okay. All right, bad news, spending 8 hours a day lurking the internet for sales, preying on people and tossing out a bunch of random content, guys, across 100 platforms, and then sitting back and waiting for your sales is no longer a working strategy. You could probably a couple of years ago get away with that, but that is not working today, right? The good news is, though, is you can spend just a couple of intentional hours a day online putting out intentional, valuable pieces of content that speak directly to your buyers and have them raise their hands and reach out to want to work with you. Okay? Absolutely, you can do that. The bad news is you can open 300 browsers and you can aimlessly stare at all of them for 10 hours a day, asking yourself, where's my next sale coming from? Who's it going to be? Am I even going to get a sale today? I don't even know if I'll get one. Only to have $0 and cents hit your bank account day after day after day. The good news, guys, you can have one system that not only organizes all of your leads, but also allows you in a matter of seconds, pull up your list of qualified buyers, send them a message, and close sales every single day. And with our strategy in our sales system, my seller is closing one sale a day in about 4 to 5 hours a day. And we can see future buyers 6 months out. I can see everyone that's going to buy in 6 months from now. If you are thinking of hiring a seller, or if you have one, this is the system that's going to catapult your sales into a whole nother level in half of the time of anything you're doing right now. If you're a solopreneur and you are the salesperson in your business, you need to know this, right? Because it's going to shorten the time and effort that you have to put in. It's going to increase your conversions and collapse the time that it takes. Scrolling a bunch of browsers and staring aimlessly at a bunch of social media platforms without a good strategy and not really knowing when or if you're even going to get a sale today, that is not a working strategy. Okay. That is like slow. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Take out your pen, your paper, however you're taking notes. Make sure you drop questions wherever you're tuning in from. Drop your questions. If you're on the live StreamYard with us, we can also, at the end when we do Q&A, if you want to, we can call you forward and you can come on live and get a little coaching and strategy with me today. Okay, number one. This strategy for attracting high quality leads into our sales pipeline every single day without being spammy, pitchy, or douchey. Okay. This is the first thing that I want to share with you guys. I promised you I was going to take you kind of behind and share with you what we're doing. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I think it goes without saying, we have to grow our audience every day if you want consistent sales, right? And it isn't enough to just grow your audience. Some of you have really big audiences and your bank account is really little. So it doesn't really matter how many people you have in your audience. It's the quality of the people in your audience. We do 7 figures with a very small audience. I know people who have 200,000-300,000 people in their audience and they can't make 7 figures. So at the end of the day, it isn't just about how many people do you have in your audience and how many people you add in every day. It's also like the quality of those people. Okay. That is way, 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 way more important. So how are we doing this? What is it that Anne is doing over here? Okay. We have 4 organic and authentic ways that we grow our audience with qualified leads every single day. So when we wake up in the morning, the very first thing that we want to do is these 4 things. We call them our 4 C's. Okay. The very first one is collaborations. We make it a point every month to collaborate in some kind of complementary way. We're not collaborating with competitors. We're collaborating with complementary people, other leaders in my space, right? Who have my leads in their space. And we're doing different collaborations. Like I get on people's podcasts, right? I get interviewed on podcasts. I am hosting a training inside their paid program. So to clients who are paying them. We are doing Facebook group interviews, right? I go in other people's groups. They come in mine, vice versa. I'm on summits. So I'm looking at ways to collaborate every single month. Why is that important? Because you cannot just live in your own little tiny bubble of whatever you have created. If you have this little tiny email list, or you have this little Facebook group, or you have this small social media following, you're limited to your visibility and your audience growth and your sales when you only live inside those little tiny bubbles that you've created every day. What you want to do, especially when you're new, this is how I launched my first business. I only did collaborations. Why? Because I was tapping in and leveraging people who already built huge audiences of my people. What faster, easier, free way to get in front of all those people with the credibility and authority? Because these people already trusted the person that said, hey, you should listen to her, check her out. We're bringing her in front of you. Right? So instantly it gave me that trust and credibility that would have taken me years to build all by myself in my own little email list or whatever you're using. Okay. So I absolutely think, especially if you're not making $1 million, why are you not doing collaborations? That should be one of your organic ways to grow your authority and visibility and audience every day. You could start by doing one of these a month and it's going to massively grow your credibility. Okay. So that's one thing we do. The second C is our content. Boy, does our content make us money. So here's the thing with the content. We create valuable, non-salesy content, okay? I'm not talking about putting out content that's like, hey, learn about my program. Nobody in the world cares about your program. No one cares about my program. They don't care at all. So I don't create content talking about my program because no one would care, right? So we create valuable, non-salesy content that we can share in other groups. And it's not pitchy. For those of you that are like, well, how do you use other people's groups and, when they don't allow you to pitch? Stop pitching. That's the way. Stop pitching. You shouldn't be pitching in other people's Facebook groups, right? So we can share this valuable content in other groups. We can share it across our own platforms. And here's the thing. We're so intentional about what type of content we put out and what we say in that content that every piece I put out, it triggers something. It triggers people to lean in and listen. And they're like, curious, and raise their hands. If you are growing an audience and you're putting content out there and you're showing up in front of people and you don't know how to get them to move, it's pointless. So what are we doing? We're getting them to move. We're getting them to take an action, raise a hand, lean in, right? Don't just like consume or sit silently. We're getting people to move. And that is one of the biggest differences between my content and other people's, is other people's content isn't getting the audience to move, right? My content, dollars and cents every day in my bank, period. And I wouldn't be doing my content otherwise. What's the point of putting out content if it's not doing any ROI for us? It doesn't make sense, okay? So second is our content strategy. The third thing that we're doing, the third C is our connections. So we really put ourselves in rooms and in places that have our buyers in them. And then we show up there and we provide just value consistently. Okay. I think it is really important to don't try to be the star of the show and never be the smartest in the room. If you're the smartest person in the room, then there's no growth, right? There's no growth for you. If you're the smartest person that sits in every room, what I like to do is put myself and insert myself in rooms with people who are smarter than me, savvier than me, and way more successful than me. And those are the rooms that I want to be in. Those are the rooms where I have so much opportunity to learn and grow, and I can connect with people who can help me move faster. Do you know there's nothing worse than running a business all by yourself in your own little tiny bubble? You only know what you know. You don't know what you don't know. And when you don't expand your opportunity and your growth by learning from others and being in the room with others, you only have your own limitations to come up against every single day. And that is so dangerous in a business, right? Especially if you're trying to have global impact, if you want to have a scaled, uncapped income, if you want generational wealth, if you want to really make an impact and change the world at such a large scale like that, which is exactly what I want to do. I know better that that's not happening by just me, all by myself. I need to get in the room with people that make a lot of money, have a lot of influence, are doing big things, and are way smarter than I am. So I make it a point to insert, even if I'm insecure about it, even if I feel like, oh my God, why would they want me in those rooms? Do you know that when I was on food stamps, my very first person that hired me was Gina DeVee? She was a multi-millionaire. I was on food stamps. I was her online business manager. I have been hired by multi-millionaires from day one, not because I had confidence, because I did not, but it was because I knew that I was valuable and I didn't know how, but I was always willing to put myself in the room anyway. And you know what? I run circles around these millionaires today. That's why they're hiring me to fix their problems, right? They're hiring me to fix their problems, but I never would have got all these opportunities. I've worked for 8 or 9 multi-millionaires now, and I never would have had those opportunities if I didn't put myself in the room. Okay? If I would have just stayed in my own little insecure, limited lack bubble, I never, ever would have had those opportunities. I probably would not be here today doing this, right? Okay. And then the fourth C that we focus on is client connections. A lot of people really underestimate the value of doing this, but here's the thing. Every single week, our clients, we invite our clients, so the people in our paid programs, we invite them, or we have our clients invite people or refer people to us, okay? It could be for a free masterclass that we're doing. It could be for a workshop, or it could be to discuss working with us. But what we're doing is we are always asking and encouraging our clients to help us reach our impact goals and get our message and work out into the world. Who better than people that already know, like, trust, and pay you and are getting an experience with you to help you expand your reach? There's so many ways that we teach our clients to do this, but that is one of the things we absolutely leverage. And I will tell you right now, I have clients in my programs that are literally earning thousands of dollars a month in commissions because they have referred people to us who have been qualified and joined our programs. They're literally getting their coaching and mentorship for free. They're earning free money, and they're giving back. They're contributing to our mission, right? And they know we do good things with the money that we receive. We pour it back into our company and our clients, and we pour it into charity. Okay. So our clients love contributing to all of that. When you create that, guys, and then you leverage your clients, it really, really helps catapult things for you. Okay. So those are the 4 C's, right? In terms of what are we doing organically to grow our audience? We're not running ads or anything like that. We're also not dropping a bunch of pitchy, weird stuff everywhere. Collaborations, content, connections, and client connections. Okay. Now, if you guys want, drop in the chat. Are there one of these that stood out for you that you feel like, ooh, I could totally leverage that or start doing that as another way to start to grow my visibility and audience every single day? So drop in the chat if there's any of those that you're thinking. And we're going to move on to the second thing. Okay. I want to share with you guys how moving out of one-on-one coaching and moving out of selling low ticket offers into high ticket group coaching has completely changed the game for me. And it requires less hours from me than my one-on-one coaching did. And I do not sacrifice my values doing this. I'm not sacrificing client results or experience by doing this. A lot of people have a lot of things that they think about group coaching. How am I going to serve everybody? How do they get intimacy? How do you customize? How do you make it personal for them? Are they going to be able to get results? How will I handle all these clients? Look, it's just that you haven't done it. So why would you know, right? But I want to bring some things to light today because none of those things have to be happening in group programs. I'm going to be transparent with you. I have been in the back end of about seven multi-million-dollar coaching companies and 2 8-figure coaching companies where I have been helping them train their sales teams and redesigning their group programs. Do you know why? Because clients aren't showing up. Clients aren't getting results. Clients are asking for refunds. Clients are having bad experiences. Coaches are over coaching and dying at their desk trying to serve. There's all these problems. And do you know 0 of that happens in my coaching programs? And my programs, my clients are with me for 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years. And inside these multi-million-dollar companies, they can't even keep a client for 2 months, let alone years, because of all of these things. That does not have to be how coaching is done. Okay. I believe part of what I teach is group coaching. And so I believe very deeply it is about how you design and deliver that program. Okay. So let me share a little bit so that you guys can understand this, because I want to shift this so badly in the marketplace, because you guys have so much more opportunity to impact more people and scale your income like you would never believe in less time than what you're doing now. And it's without all that other garbage we just talked about. But you have to know how to do that, right? You need to know how to do that. Okay. I do not have anything against low ticket offers. I guess I say that, but at the same time, you're not going to catch me selling it. I'm not selling it and I'm not buying it. It's just not where I'm at. It's, it wouldn't serve me for where I am in my business right now. I'm a 7-figure coach. Anyone here trying to reach 7-figure clients? Depending on what you do, yeah, you might want 7-figure clients. They're not interested in that because those things aren't really going to create an impact. I think those things have a place and a time. I don't think it should be the main thing that you're talking about every day and selling. Okay. I just want to kind of be clear about that. I'm not like anti low ticket and I'm not anti one-on-one. I did one-on-one for almost 10 years. It's all I did. And then I burnt out and almost got physically sick and I had to turn sales away. So I'm not against it. Okay. I just think there's a better option, which is group coaching. Okay. So I want to break down some things around group coaching because I want to really shift some of this for you guys. I sell high ticket group coaching programs because I want to attract high quality leads that not only have the money to invest, but that they want to incubate. So what I mean by that is I'm helping my clients cross 7 figures. I cannot do that in 2 months. Okay. Just cannot do it. I'm also helping them build their sales teams. I'm helping them get aligned and tap into their superpower in their messaging. We're helping them create generational wealth for their families. I mean, my clients are becoming breadwinners. They're traveling the world. They're retiring their husbands. They're becoming breadwinners. They're not just creating these one-time hit successes. They're scaling their companies. They're growing beyond. And that takes time. I don't want to work with people who just want like a quick cheat sheet or just show me the one little tiny thing and like I'll be off to the races. I don't want people who coach and course hop. So they go from coach to coach, 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 or they go from course to course, course, course. Have you met those people? Have you met those people? Because those people are so stressed out. Those people are not mastering anything because they're not doing anything long enough to master it. Science tells us that every human in the world must commit to a minimum of 10,000 hours of hands-on practice, so reps, time on the field, in order to master anything. So when you see these people that go from coach to coach to coach, or they go from just a bunch of like low ticket course after course after course, you have to really ask, why are they doing that? Right? Like, what are they trying to learn? What are they learning? Not much, because they're going so fast from one thing to another and they don't even take the time to implement it or master it. Right? So they're getting very little results. And I know this because even in some of the 8-figure companies I've been in, they sell these low ticket offers. They're like 6 to 8 weeks and they're low ticket. and people are complaining. It's going too fast. I'm not getting results. There's no, and their retention rate is like 0. Okay. It's because, did you guys know that over 85% of people never, ever go through a curriculum? Never. They don't even touch it. Do you know what? What does that mean then? If you're selling courses that are dependent on a curriculum, what is your success rate for your clients? Probably nothing. Very, very low. So they're not even getting your message. They're not even getting your work, which means in return, no result, no retention, no referral. And they're not going to go out and do any good with what you just taught them because they didn't learn anything. Because over 85% of people never even go through a curriculum. That's why I don't sell low ticket stuff. I want you in the virtual room with me so we can bring the curriculum to you and lovingly force you to implement it as a group with your peers and with myself and my trained coaches. Because if you're doing this by yourself, you're not doing it. You're not going to go through the curriculum because you don't have time and you don't have the mental bandwidth to focus long enough. And by the way, the reason that most people don't have the results they want is because they lack accountability. We don't have accountability. Nobody wants to provide accountability anymore, right? They want to be on the beach, hands off, figure it out. You know what I mean? We don't operate like that. We're very hands-on with our clients, and we have accountability built into our programs because we understand how people are learning today. And it's the high-end buyers are not coming into these programs because they don't have time to learn your courses. They want to come in, ask what they have to ask, get the answer, get the guidance, and go. Okay? That's what I love about high-ticket group coaching, because it attracts those types of people and it actually repels the opposite because they're not interested. Do you know what people say when we tell them about it? They're like, wait a minute. I've been trying to generate these sales results in my business for 2 years. Your program is a year? I don't need a year. And I'm like, honey, you've been trying to get it off the ground for 2. Like, do you plan to run your business in a year or 2? Like, what are you talking about? Logically, does not make sense to me. And I say that. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. You've already been at it for 2 years with like little to no success. So what do we mean a year? That's the point. That is not the mentality of clients that we want to work with, right? You have to understand that transformation takes time. True transformation that lasts is going to take time, right? If you're going to spend the time and the effort and money to invest, you might as well get into the right incubator. That's what I love about group coaching. It literally repels the people who want like Instagram cheat sheets, or, you know, the people that are like, I know Tony Robbins had to work hard. And I know, like, you know, Oprah Winfrey went through, I know everyone that's millionaires had to work really hard, but I don't want to. Those are not the types of people that we bring into our world. We don't work with people like that. It's not the mindset that's going to get you. We want to work with business athletes, champions, winners, okay? People that are doing big things. And if you want to do big things, that costs money and that takes work. And so those are the types of people we work with. And it really repels the people that cannot up level and rise to that level of mindset and standard, okay? We also like working with people who already have strategy in place a little bit, even if it's not working, right? They're already trying to do things. We're not really looking to work with people, right? I think low ticket offers are really for people that are dabbling, or maybe they need to learn like one little tiny thing, or they want to learn just one little tiny thing. Again, it kind of goes against the grain of the types of people that we work with. My clients are not making what they're making because we're selling little tiny courses, right? So that's another little thought here. The other thing is, if you do one-on-one, which there's nothing wrong with one-on-one coaching or service, the only problem is not scalable. I don't care how you slice and dice it. It is not scalable. You're trading your time for money, period. And what happens is clients come to us that are doing one-on-one, and they want to go into group coaching because they want to serve more people. So here's where they're at. They're like, I'm turning sales away. I literally have to turn people away because I have no more time. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. My calendar is always full. I can't serve any more people, which means I can't make any more money. And I'm tired. Like, I want to have a bigger impact in income. And they want to move to group, but they're afraid that all the things, the garbage that we talked about just a few minutes ago, they're afraid that's going to happen. And all of their whole business is going to come crumbling down, right? And the thing that we have to understand is People are not getting results with you because you have them in a one-on-one container. They're getting results with you because you're awesome at what you do. And here's the thing. This is what I tell my clients all the time. Let's say we make chocolate chip cookies. And I every time I use this analogy, everyone's like, damn it, Anne, now we want to make chocolate chip cookies. You had to say that. But I'm going to use the analogy because it's so perfect. You make chocolate chip cookies, okay? Let's say that you put let's say you put those chocolate chip cookies in a Tupperware bowl, okay? Or a Tupperware dish. What if you take those chocolate chip cookies and you put them in a cookie jar? The cookie is still a chocolate chip cookie. It's just as good. Nothing has changed except the container in which you've put it in. That's all. That's how I look at coaching. That's how I look at you guys delivering your services. It doesn't matter the container. Okay, you can do what you're doing with your clients in a group coaching the same as you're doing in one-on-one. That is a huge mindset shift you guys have to change, because a lot of you guys think that your time is the value. No one is paying for your time. That is like infinite, right? Like no one's paying for your minutes. No one's paying for your sessions, right? People pay us 10, 20K in full and they don't even know what the hell they're getting other than the solution. They come in and they're like, oh, wait, there's calls. When are these calls? Oh my gosh, I should get them in my calendar. They didn't know that. Oh, wow, you have a pretty nice curriculum laid out here. You never even mentioned your curriculum. Didn't need to. They don't care about those things. They're buying the solution that you're offering them. And if it is a solution that they want, they will invest lots of money to get it. Okay? So this is a mindset shift. It is not about what type of program. Okay? The other thing too is high ticket has really allowed me to serve a lot more clients. Like I don't have to turn sales away anymore. It's open rolling. It's a rolling. All my programs are rolling. So yes, anybody can join at any given time. Obviously, we raise our investments. Obviously, there's different bonuses at different times, things like that. Those types of things change, but our programs are always open. And so how beautiful is that when I take CEO week off? The last week of every month, I take a whole week off. It's not even negotiable. How awesome is it that during that week, we have people joining our programs and getting started, and I'm not even here. Okay? I can't do that in one-on-one. I couldn't do that in a one-on-one coaching program. I absolutely love these types of programs. Okay? When you do group coaching the right way, you guys, and you learn how to become a leader that can facilitate culture and community, you're going to learn that working in this limited one-on-one capacity, it is not giving the clients all of your awesomeness, and they're missing the true transformation of your work. Look, we just did quarterly surveys for all of our clients in our programs last month, okay? And across the board, 100%. Do you know what the client said is one of their favorite parts? And we have awesomeness in our programs. But do you know what they said the favorite part of the program is? The community and culture. People join because they want to learn Anne's ways. Show me what you're doing. But do you know why they stay 2 to 5 years? My clients stay with me 2 to 5 years because of the community and the culture that we create. It's the relationships. It's being in the room with women smarter than them. It is being in the room where they feel like they're being up-leveled, they're being inspired, empowered. They're seeing possibility beyond their limited beliefs. You have to know how to facilitate a room like that, right? It's not just, oh, let's throw a group program together, open up Zoom, and stuff them in a Facebook group. Not community, not culture. Just FYI. You have to know how to lead and facilitate rooms like this, because just like your leads, when I say you need to know how to move your leads, you need to get them moving. Same thing with your clients. You need to know how to facilitate movement. You got to get them moving. They're not going to do this on their own. And the minute they feel like they're kind of being held back or they're not being up-leveled to a higher version of themselves, they're going to go look for a program that provides that. And then they're going to leave you. So in these group programs, I love that challenge. I love the challenge of being innovative and creative in how we can keep our clients moving and grooving and continue to challenge their limits and challenge their limitations and their limited beliefs and have them rise to higher standards. That is one of my favorite things about group programs. And do you know, I never even once did that in one-on-one coaching. You can't. I have a team to support me and we have peers. Do you know the second thing our client said was one of the biggest benefits of our program is everything they gain from all their peers? And I was like, okay, my feelings aren't really that hurt that you don't think it's my coaching, but like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Because the room and the peers are amazing. I'm not the smartest in that room. There's no way I know all the answers and can tell you all the things. And so these clients are getting things from the room that you can't do that in one-on-one coaching. You can't do that in a self-study course. You can't do that. That community, that culture is not there. The peer relationships are not there. My clients go on like live face-to-face dates and stuff like that outside of the program. That's phenomenal. You're bringing people together. I mean, that's amazing. You cannot do that in any other program. Masterminds and group coaching is where it's at, period. Okay. All right. Drop in the chat. Did anyone have like a really big takeaway from that part of what I just shared with group programs? I know there's just so much going out into the world about group programs. And it's hard to really know, right? But tell me below if you had any big takeaway from that. Okay. All right. Let's go into the next thing. We're doing really good on time here. Okay. So the next thing is a repeatable plug and play sales strategy that allows us to hit our buyers list in about a matter of 2 minutes. It doesn't even take 2 minutes. Gets cold leads to move really fast, and it allows us to close a sale a day in probably 4 to 5 hours while we collapse conversion time. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. We used to scout the internet every day, all day for probably 10 hours a day, looking for like across social platforms and Facebook groups. Where is there a possible lead? Where is there a client? Is there anyone in here that might buy my stuff? Let me see if I can go find a sale today. Anyone resonate with that? Literally, we did that for like 8-10 hours a day. I'm like, I got to find a sale. I got to find a sale. And I was like, where? Should I go in these groups? Should I go here? Should I go there? And it's like lurking, preying on, kind of searching, scouting the internet, right? We did this for 8 or 10 hours a day. So I totally get it if you're doing that, or if you kind of feel like, oof, I feel like I'm sort of doing that, right? And the thing is I stunted and hindered my growth by doing that because I couldn't see sales ahead, right? So let's say you're here today. This is something I ask people when they apply to be a seller in my company. One of the things, I ask my seller this every day on our meeting. Every morning I'll ask her, who are the next 5 people that are buying and what are they buying? Go. You got 2 seconds. Rattle the names. Let's go. And do you know that in just a matter of probably 3 to 5 seconds, she can tell me all 5 names and what program they're going to buy. She could tell me that for today, this week, this month, 6 months from now. That's magical because we can literally predict our results. We can foresee the future of our sales, and we are able to make decisions from that place in our business versus let me go look at my bank account and see if I can do it. It's horrible when you're in a position where you feel like however you feel today and whatever it looks like today is where you have to base your decisions. If that's how you operate, what does it look like if you don't know what today looks like? What does it look like if this week you don't know where you're getting a sale, or if you do? My team is fired if we go 1 week with no new sale. Fired. Like, that's unacceptable. I don't run a charity. I run a business. This business fuels the charities that I provide to. Of course, we are open for business 7 days a week. And what does that mean? That we're open for business. The doors are open. We need to sell. People need to know about our offers. Go talk to people, right? You have some people who are like, oh, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm like, get a job. This is a business. You got to go out there and get your sales. And I'm not saying chase. We're showing you that we're not chasing nobody. You can get sales, guys, with grace. You can do this in authentic, intentional ways. You don't have to go out and be all douchey about it, right? We're not doing it in any spammy, sleazy kind of way. But you better believe We run a business and have bills to pay and impacts. And you better believe there's 10 families in my little tiny town of Acton they're dependent on me to feed them this Thanksgiving and this Christmas, because we do it every year. You better believe that they're expectant and they're hoping on us. So no, it isn't an option that we don't provide, right? Doors are open for business. Let's go. Who wants to like up-level their lives in business? And I think that a lot of people, it's like you have to change your mindset. If you don't believe in your offer, if you don't believe in the work that you do, if you think it is bothering people, if you think it's inhibiting people, if you think that it is annoying people, if you say things like, well, I don't want to bother people, I don't want to be annoyed, I don't want to annoy anybody. I'm not annoyed when my grocery store is open and we need food. I am not annoyed that I can go down and get gas 24/7 for my vehicles. I am not annoyed that my hairstylist is open today. I'm not annoyed that my doctors are available when I need them. So why are you annoyed that you have an offer and a solution for people? It's changing your mindset from selling to providing solutions. If you can change your mindset from I'm selling to I am providing a solution. Do you know what I say? You're welcome. You're welcome, because I am here providing solutions to you today. It's obviously up to you to tap into it, but I'm providing them. And my job isn't to get attached to who accepts it and who doesn't. That's not my business. My job is to show up every day and make sure 1 to 200 people or thousands of people, everybody knows I have this solution if you want it. It's none of my business if that annoys you. If you run a business and you're annoyed by people selling, you are probably not selling. You are probably not selling in your own business if you're annoyed by another business owner selling. As long as you're not doing it douchey, as long as you're not being salesy and pitchy, you should be shouting your solutions from the rooftop. If you don't feel like they're a solution and you do feel like it's more of a sales, that is a mindset game. You got to change your mindset or change your offer. You got to get more aligned, figure out your superpower, whatever that is. Okay. So we used to scout the internet and feel like that all the time as well, right? It's not like an awesome, sexy place to be, but we created a system and I call it like my sales database pipeline. And it is one system. So one browser. We pop open one browser. And that one browser holds a very, very specific strategy inside of it. And that strategy is where we track and label every single person, every human that we are connected with. We track them and label them, and we move them through our stages, our very specific nurture pipeline. It's basically the steps. So if you think about it, you have a client here and you have a client who's here, right? They want to be here. There's things that need to happen in the middle for that, right? Like cold lead, client. There's things in the middle that need to happen to move that person from cold to paying client. Inside of our system, we have those steps beautifully laid out, simply and repeatedly. So when someone joins our ecosystem, I say, hey, seller, follow that pipeline. And she can see it, and she can see where they are and move them and update it, schedule tasks, reminders, pull in DMs. We can basically work every single lead right from that system. Do you know what else she can do? She can go in and say, pull up our buyers list. Who are the hot qualified leads that are going to buy? Pull up that list, right? When I ask her in the morning, who's the next buyer? She pulls that list up. She goes, we have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Here's their names. They are converting here. Last time we talked, they said this. They're joining this program, and we are talking today. Details, right? I don't pay you to scout the internet. Work my database. How many have a database like that? Not many people. Do you know why? I know most people don't, because we go into $1 million companies and we set this up for their sellers. Why? Because if you want to be a peak performer, whether you are a solopreneur or you're hiring a seller, if you want peak performance when it comes to sales, time is money. I'm not going to pay my seller 8 hours a day and she doesn't even close a sale for a month. Not happening over here. We run way too of a tight ship. That is not, no business can sustain like that. But I, as the CEO, need to make it very easy. And I have to make it so that she doesn't even need to think. No thinking time. There's no thinking. Pop open that database and work it. No thinking time. Do you know how fast she moves? She closes a sale a day, 4 hours a day max. Every day, like magic. Because we've set this up and she follows it, or she's fired. It's that simple. And when you don't have something like this set up, you're floundering, right? Because you're like, I could send an email. So what do? You send an email. And then what do? You sit back. Let me see if anybody opens it, clicks it. And you refresh and refresh. You're like, oh, no one has said they're interested. Damn it. Okay, let me go over to my Facebook. Oh, let me put a post out. And you put some posts out. Pitchy, right? Because you're like, oh, I need sales. And you sit back and you're like, oh, no one's even engaging. Damn it, everybody's broke. And then you go over and you're like, let me try LinkedIn. Let me try that. And the end of the day, 10 hours later, no dollars and cents in that bank account. None. Zero. Zilch. And then even if you get one, you know what you're thinking? I should do that again tomorrow. I should do this every day. This is awful. It's excruciating. And this is not sustainable. So the whole point of being able to peak your sales performance, guys, is fast. You have to be able to move through your leads really quickly. No thinking time. You need a strategy and a system, and those two cannot be one without the other. You need a strategy and a system in that, right? A system with a strategy in it. Strategy with a system around it. And it needs to be repeatable. And here's what I want you to think about. I need you to build it so it can be delegated. So I explained how the system works, but I don't have to do it anymore. I have a seller, and then now she does it. So how many would love to be out of your sales? I don't think a CEO should be doing their sales. I don't think a CEO should be doing their own sales. You don't see your grocery store person coming down and ringing you out. No, you have workers for that, right? A CEO has CEO stuff to do. You're the brains and flow and the heartbeat behind the business. You can't be down in the weeds trying to lurk on social media to find a sale. You need to get your business set up so you can get this stuff off your plate and take your business to another level. And the speed in which you do that is up to you, right? Because you could do it and move fast, or you could sit around and be like, well, maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, I don't know. Success requires speed. You got to move fast, right? You got to move fast. So you want to get systems and strategies like this in place and fire them off, right? Okay, so that's what I love about my system. Now, we have one more system to share with you guys, and then I want to open up for Q&A. So I want you guys to be thinking about your questions. I want you, if you are on StreamYard, you can come on live too, but I want you to be thinking about your questions and dropping them below, or if you're on StreamYard, you can come join us live in the room. We have one more system, okay? Are you guys ready for like this last one? Does everybody feel pretty good with everything we're kind of rattling off here? Okay, cool. All right. Awesome on Facebook. Thank you. Okay. The last one that I promised to share with you today is our strategy for attracting high quality leads into that pipeline I just told you about every day without being spammy, pitchy, or douchey. So here's the thing. When it comes to standing out online, you have got to up-level your messaging and your positioning, because the truth is, look, some people have their head in the sand. I'm going to ask you to take it up out of there. Take it up out of there and wake up. Pay attention. People are not buying the same way they did a few years ago. They're just not. And we have so many people that are trying to sell today and create content and show up the exact same way they were 2 years ago. And it doesn't work anymore, because the same people that were spending all that money 2 years ago when they were getting state checks from the government, printed money, that ain't happening today. Those people don't have that money anymore. The people spending money today are people that were already making money before. Those are the people with the dollars and cents to invest right now. And so people are very smart and they're discerning. They're exploring their options. They're comparing you to others. They're checking out the choices. They're looking around. They're taking longer to think about it. They're asking more questions, right? So people are not buying the same way. And the same people are not the buyers today either. And so I want you guys to really understand that, because if you are someone who's like, I am kind of doing exactly what I was doing 2 years ago, for the most part. It used to work, not really working now. That's the first shift. You have to change that because it is different times right now. Okay. Okay. So when we create content, I am so intentional in speaking to champion clients. I want them to have money, and I want them to want to invest that money in the solution I provide. There's no other reason for a conversation if not that, right? If you don't have the money, there's no conversation to be had. We don't need to talk about my program. You don't have the money. Number two, if you don't want the solution that I have, we still have no need to have a conversation then. I'm not going to talk to people and try to beg and convince people, oh, just check out what we have. Oh, but let me try to convince you. Let me show you. Let me try to like drag you through it. Let me try to get you to see it. No, absolutely not. If you can't get it and see it, that is not my problem. That's not my job. I'm not convincing, negotiating, or doing any of that to bring clients into my programs. I don't sell like that. And I'm not going to, I wouldn't buy like that either. Because if someone was trying to do that, you know what I would say? Is your business okay? Are things okay? Is everything all right? Because you are coming off hot and desperate. Calm down, chill out, relax. What is going on? I'm a high level investor. And I'm trying to share with you guys how a high level investor thinks. If you are going to undercharge and then promise me the sun and the moon, you better believe I'm going to ask you, what is wrong with that Gucci bag, guys? Why are we putting Goodwill price on that Gucci bag? It must be damaged. Something's wrong with it. I'm going to question that because I don't understand why you're charging so very little. Okay? When I'm creating content, I speak to people at a very high level. You're still going to get the other people. You're still going to get other people that are going to trickle in and come in. Of course. Of course. You're going to get people that are nowhere near that. But do you know why they're joining? Because they want to be there and because they're inspired by it. So they want to come put themselves in the room. Good for them. But at some point, it's putting your money where your mouth is. You're either going to invest and you're going to get the support you need and put yourself in the real room, or you're not. And that is your choice. I don't lose sleep either way. That's not my place. That's not my business, right? Your job is to not focus on the people who can't afford you and that are giving you objections and telling you no and you're too expensive and oh my God, I can't believe you charge that much. Wrong room. So some of you are like, I'm going to lower my price. No, actually, do you know what we do if we see too many objections around money coming in? Raise our price and we put ourselves in a different room. Clearly, we're in the wrong room. You guys, this is all like, it's very intentional, right? This isn't really a strategy. It's just like a mindset. A lot of people just, you guys think like, well, I don't think people want a year-long program, so I should make it 6 months. Oh yeah? So can you get them the same results you're promising in half the time? Right? Like, probably not. That's why it's a year to begin with. You're going to lower your price? Is it free to run your business? Did the value go down that I'm unaware of? What happened? Did you lose all the value? Why are we undercharging? Why are we slashing our prices in half? Stop promoting to people like that. Like, I don't create that kind of content of like discount, sale. No. I'm not Walmart, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no good, bad, right, wrong. You just need to find your place, and then you need to own it. You can be Target, you could be Goodwill, you could be Gucci, you could be Louis Vuitton. I don't care. But you need to find your place and be like, who are the types of people that shop in my store? But then you got to own it. Your offer, your price, and your messaging needs to align with that. Your positioning. You need to show up confident and you need to own it if you say, okay, and I want to put myself in the Gucci lane. Okay. I always tell people I'm Harvard of business. I am the best at what I do. I run circles around millionaires. I will stand here all day long and tell you this. I'm so rock solid confident in what we do. It's ridiculous. So do you think on the other side, when people pay us money, that you're getting that experience? Of course. I'm not going to sell you a Goodwill bag and sit here and promise you Gucci land, right? That's so ass backwards. And that's not really with high integrity. So I want you guys to operate from a high integrity, because here's the flip side. You can go ahead and undercharge. It's not going to get you more sales, but you can go ahead and undercharge for your services and then feel like, woo, we're really giving it all over here. But at the end of the day, the quality of people that you bring in are going to be really low. They're usually the ones that are like, oh, I got in so cheap and I need the most out of everybody in this room. They're going to drive you crazy, right? And here's the other thing. You aren't gonna enjoy it because you're not getting paid what you think you should be getting paid. And you're gonna resent it. You're gonna resent those clients. You're gonna repel sales because ultimately, truly, quietly and privately, you don't want to sign those clients at that price point. But you're lying to yourself. Just stop. Just stop. Raise the room, raise the price, raise the room you're in, raise your messaging up level, your content, and even your, not your personality, but your energy and your confidence levels, right? We have to do that, okay? Okay, so here's what we do, okay? We don't create a lot of content because our buyers don't need a lot of content. Something I teach in my programs, we call this brand behavior, okay? Don't try to steal it, guys. I'm getting it trademarked. Okay, so brand behavior, what is that? You train your audience and your clients how to behave. So do you want your buyers to say, I need to see a sales page if I'm going to make this decision? That's okay if you do. I don't. Do you want your buyer to say, I need to think about this for a long period of time? I need to get an attorney and a magnifying glass and go over your terms many, many times. I need to see a lot of content from you, girl. I got to spend months binging your content, your free stuff first. If you have people saying things to you that you don't love, you have to understand that you branded them that way, because you're facilitating that. So for me, I'm not going to create a lot of content because I don't believe that my ideal clients want to create a lot of content. So I'm not going to teach them to do it. And two, I don't want you to go through a lot of my content to see that we can help you. I want you to pretty quickly, rapidly know that, right? No sales page. There isn't one. Don't ask me for one. There's no sales page. There's no sales call. We'll chat, audio, all the things, right, in DMs, but we're not getting on a bunch of calls and doing all that. We don't need to. So we don't train people to ask for that. We don't train people to want that or need it. So when I create content, I'm very intentional that I'm not going to create a ton and that you need to come in my group for 7 months and binge free content before you can decide if you want to solve your problem. I want to work with people who are actively already looking to solve their problem. That's the content we create. And it attracts and speaks to people who are already in the market trying to solve the exact problem we provide the solution to, okay? So here's what we do in my company. We create 5 pieces of content a week. And we teach our clients to do the same thing, like literally swipe, framework, everything, right? Teach them to do the same thing, 5 pieces a week. It's 1 piece a day, okay? And here's the point of it. Here's what it does. And if it doesn't do this, then there's no point in us creating it. The first thing it does is I wanted to get people in my chat. I want people to get in DM chat with me when I post content. I want them to say, Anne, holy, that was good. Tell me more. Or where can I be in your space? Do you have a podcast? Do you have a group? Do you have something? Or Anne, whoo, I got to learn what you're doing here. Talk to me about this. What does it look like? How can I work with you? Is there something I need to do? Like, what's going on? Or Anne, I need to send you referrals. I've got people in mind that are going to die over what you're teaching. How do I connect them with you? They're in my chat. I'm not chasing nobody. They're coming to me. The second thing I want them to do is I want them to raise their hand and ask me for something. I want them to comment on my stuff. They can DM me too. Guys, we love DMs. DM us all you want. They can comment on our stuff and say, I would love that masterclass, Anne. Hey, Anne, I want that. Anne, please send that to me. Anne, my DMs are waiting. Anne, I just sent you a DM. I want that thing. We want people to raise their hand. I don't care about hearts and likes. You know why? hearts, likes, comment, shares, and stuff like that doesn't put dollars and cents in my bank at the end of the day. Vanity metrics are null and void today. Don't care. We don't even look at them. We do not care. I care about dollars and cents in the bank. So if I'm putting out content and I'm broke as a joke, then what are we doing? Or if I put out content and I have 1 million hearts, likes, and a post goes viral and I didn't make no sales, not really brag worthy, right? I'm not going to do that again next week, right? No one running a business wants to be broke. Nobody running a business wants to spend any amount of time putting any content out that isn't going to create sales. You run a business, right? So naturally you want clients and money, dollars, cents in bank, okay? So we put out one piece a day. It's a different piece of content, same content every week. We have a Monday thing that goes out, a Tuesday thing that goes out, a Wednesday thing, a Thursday thing, a Friday thing. And every single piece produces one of those two things. Every week. Every week. It is high quality content speaking directly to my champion client. I do not post things. Are you struggling? I don't talk like that. I'm not posting that. You know what? I don't want a struggler in my program. I don't want a struggler. Are you stuck? Are you broke? No. Are you having a hard time getting client? No, I'm not going to talk like that. You know what you need to do in your content? You need to speak to the place they want to be versus where they are. Every piece of content should speak to where you want your champion client wants to be, not where they are. Big difference. Where they are, they're not where they want to be. So that's negative. It's lack. It's struggle. It's, oh, I'm not there yet. It's all that stuff. And we have been trained in this industry to talk about the pain, talk about the problems. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I unsubscribe from all of that when I see it come through. Zero interest. I want to talk about it. If you don't have a solution that's going to propel me forward, I'm not looking to be dragged down. I have worked too hard to get myself where I am. I do not want to be dragged down with negativity and pain and suffer and struggle and all of that. Zero time for it. High-level people, they don't need you to address their problem because they don't think like that. They need you to present solutions. Stop addressing problems, present solution. Speak to people where they want to be, not where they are. Okay, so I don't post 100 times a week. I don't post 10 times a week. We don't drop links. We don't pitch. We don't spam. I do not post inspirational quotes. We don't post pointless things for the sake of posting. And I don't post on the fly. I create my content on Friday for the week ahead. That's how we do it. It's intentional, strategic. I'm not sitting here, let me get my planners and all my things out, and I'm going to create a year's worth of content. No. I'm going to create next week's content this week, and we're going to schedule it out. We're ready to rock and roll for next week. Simple. Repeatable, simple. Okay? So in a nutshell, we put that one piece of content out a week, and it produces chats or hand raisers, period. Okay? So dollars, cents in bank, or people raising their hand who are eventually going to be dollars and cents. And those posts, because we have templates for each day of the week, take about 3 minutes. So all in all, it probably takes us 20 to 30 minutes a week to create and schedule next week's content. Game changer. Go off Friday, be with my family. I'm not sitting in my office like, I'm creating years worth of content. 30 minutes, I'm out with my family. Content for next week is already ready to go out. See what I'm saying? Big difference. Okay. I want to do some Q&A with you guys. We did pretty good. I got through that a little bit longer than I thought, but I think I got some gold nuggets out there, so I'm okay with it. We have a few minutes for some Q&A. I want you guys to either drop your questions in the chat, or if you're online with us, we can bring you on live. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to extend an invitation. If you don't like invitations on the back end of really free, valuable content, have a great day. Take what I taught you. Go execute. Make money. But I do want to extend an invitation for those of you that you might be thinking of possibly having a conversation with us about discussing what would it look like for us to possibly partner with you and your team. Is that even a possibility? Are we even a match? I have no idea. You have no idea. But if you're even considering anything that we've talked about here, if this is resonating with you, If it sounds like a solution for you, if it sounds like things you might need help with, if you're curious at all what it might look like, we have a couple of programs. They are run by me and my team. So you have a full house over here supporting you. And if anything we've talked about here today are things that you feel are missing in your business and in your process that you feel would catapult things for you, help you get to your next level, but you need some help with that, we are inviting you to just basically have a conversation with us in the DMs. You don't need to book a call on your calendar. You don't need to be on video. We can just chat right in the DM. Basically what we'll do is we have a couple of programs. We have 2 programs we serve our clients with. They're both done with you, meaning they are high-end, very high-end, very intimate, very personalized. These are not self-studies. These are not like go binge the curriculum, have a good day, good luck. That is not how we do things. Every one of our clients are assigned a one-on-one accountability advisor. I am in there as well. You have your advisor. We have 3 live weekly training calls every week. One is with me and the 2 others are with my team around different topics and focuses of what we're teaching you in the program. There is no guesswork. There is no like, let me go try to figure it out. Let me go hope this works. Let me go guess. We are literally plugging you into our frameworks and systems. And then we're helping you customize those to fit your unique business and your goals. And then we are holding you accountable and guiding you through that implementation process. It's very done with you. Again, I've been in the back end of multi-million-dollar masterminds and coaching companies. This is what's missing. So we have definitely very intentionally made sure to provide it. Basically, what we do is every one of our clients enter what we call an onboard and sales accelerator process. And this is where you're going to implement my 9-year proven cash injection campaign strategies. It is meant to move fast. You got to move through these really, really fast, imperfectly, just speed through them. And the goal with that is that you can cash in and get your investment back, or at least just make some money. At very minimum, if you don't make sales by doing that, we will know exactly why you're not making sales and what to do next so that we can go run another one and you can cash in, okay? Most of our clients do generate sales. We have people that have done 60K in less than 3 weeks. We have people that have done 10K in under 2 weeks. We got all kinds of results from that. My clients can all like jump in and vouch for all of that if you need them to. But at the end of the day, they work. And if they don't, it's not the strategy that doesn't work. It's that you have some leaks that we need to plug. And when we plug them, you go do it again. It's going to work great. But that is not the program. That is just an onboarding. We're just trying to get you a quick win. But we're also testing you. How fast do you move? Are you a slow mover? Are you a fast mover? Like, we kind of need to know that as you enter the program, because I pair you with an accountability advisor that's going to support you at the pace and speed in which you move. We have clients who just take their time. And if you're okay with things being a little slower, go for that. We will support that. We'll hold the space. We have others that are like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And they're going at the speed of light. And we need to know that we can keep up with that, right? So again, we kind of meet you where you're at. We just work with you. Your success in terms of how quick or slow these things happen is 100% on you. We are ready to rock and roll and help the dreams happen real fast. But we're also there to support those of you that might move a little bit slower and need to kind of process things a little bit differently. So we have 2 programs, okay? I'm going to very quickly just give you kind of a quick, I'm not going to go into the programs. I'm going to give you a quick little kind of thing so you can say, I think maybe that program, or I think maybe this one. The first one is our Sales Academy. It's for you if you're under 10K a month, period. If you're not generating 10K like clockwork every single month in your business, you belong in that program. The only goal in that program is that we show you how to stack recurring, repeatable 10K months every single month. If you can't do it every month, then it's not working. So we need to get you to a 10K every month. It needs to be consistently. If you're like, oh, I've made 50K before, I've made 20K. If you're up, down, like that revenue roller coaster, you don't want big dips like that. You don't want great months, low months. Like, we want to stabilize your sales. So the Academy is focused on just that. How can we get you to a consistent, very repeatable, simple 10K month every single month of recurring revenue? When you can do that for 90 days consecutively, then we know it's working. We know we got it down. And from there, you can graduate to our second program, which is our Mastermind. Mastermind program is going to be for you if you are generating 10K a month or more. It's also going to be for you if you're looking to globally scale, meaning you want to have a group leveraged roll-in program. You want uncapped income and impact. You want generational wealth. You want to serve more people. You want to hire front and back end sales, right? You want someone selling on the front end and a coach is helping you deliver on the back end. You want to get in CEO mode and get out of doing bottleneck, right? Get out of the bottleneck position and get out of doing everything in your business. And you want to build a team to help you do that. Okay. That's all the stuff we do in that program. And we need you to be making a minimum of 10K a month consistently every month for that to work. Because if you're not doing that, then something that you're doing is not working. And we're not going to have you come in mastermind and teach you these scaled strategies when you have broken systems, when you have things that work. We're not going to do that. So we're not setting you up to fail. And here's what you need to know about this. We do not just let everybody in our programs, even if you have the money. If I have one even kind of tiny feeling you are not going to win for whatever reason, we're not letting you through. So this is not high pressure. This isn't, I'm putting on my boxing gloves, we're going to put you in the ring and stick you in the corner and throw the offer down your throat. We're not going to do that because we only want people that are going to get the result. And that means that you need more than just the money to invest. You need the mindset, you need the mentality, you need to have the responsibility, you need to have the independency. There's things you need to have. And we look for these things and we really, really search for these things. And if we just feel like it would be difficult for you, we will not take your money and let you in that program. Okay. I want to be very, very clear. We turn about 20 to 30 applications away every single month. And we don't do it because we love to do it. It does not feel awesome, but it is going to feel way worse to take your money and then you fail. And then we feel like crap about it. And also my team does not want to have to work harder than you to help you get to your goals, right? So there's all these reasons that we are very, very specific about who we get in. But if you feel like you are this person and you feel like, oh, hell, bring it on, Anne, then reach out, because we have these couple of programs and we have options and we have some ways we can support you if you're the right person and if we're a match. And if not, we'll give you some practical things you can go do and focus on. And it'll be up to you to go implement those things, right? And get the result and get yourself where you need to be. So my recommendation is to comment the word peak somewhere, wherever you're tuning in. Comment the word peak if you want us to send you a direct message on social media, a private DM, to just explore. We'll just ask you a little bit about your business. We'll ask you where you're at. What are your goals? Again, it's not a high pressure thing. The only goal that we have is to see if we could help you. And if we cannot, what should be your next step? So there isn't any pressure with it. You have nothing to lose. Okay. But I probably wouldn't bother if you're someone who's like, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to invest. I'm not going to do the things. I'm not ready. Then I wouldn't do it. Right. But put peak in the chat, wherever you're tuning in, if you would like us to send you a DM to just have the conversation and see if either one of our programs could be a really good fit for you. Okay. Okay. Let's open up. Do we have questions? Does anyone on the live here with us on StreamYard, does anyone have questions or insight, takeaways, just anything? If you want, we can pop you on live with us. We would love to chat. If you're willing to do that, just let us know, or just unmute and we'll pop you on. Oh, okay. I think we have Heather. Let me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay.
So
for you. So you know how you tell us your story about you were on food stamps and you were on in a really low place. So yes, when you were in that place, how did you still be very discerning of who you wanted to work with and come from a place of, I'm going to demand these prices, even though I'm not personally there yet? How did you do that and not come from a place of like scarcity and lack?
I love that. That's a really good question. I think transparently, in the beginning, when I was in that situation, I wouldn't probably say that I was very confident in anything, let alone my prices. I was very, very new and I did not have any coaching. I didn't have any help. So I was very much in a place of trying to figure it out by myself. I did undercharge in the beginning. it was very difficult for me to get sales in the beginning. It was slow, far and few between. And I did undercharge to essentially get the sale. But then I started to realize that I was pretty good at what I was doing and that I was able to get people results, and that boosted my confidence a little bit. I think validation, even just from a few people, is like a little boost of confidence to help you. And from that place, I raised my price a tiny bit, still not a lot, because I didn't believe anybody would pay me that, because I was having a very hard time. Well, I guess when you don't have money and you have $363 a month in food stamps and your whole life has always been poor, it was very challenging for me at the time to believe that somebody else might have enough money to invest more with me. And so the way that I priced was very much what I believe people could afford. And it wasn't until I got mentorship. Like I did get my confidence boosted a little bit when I saw like clients were like, hey, thank you so much. Oh my God, you did a great job. And like that helped me. And I was like, okay, cool. Like this is working. But I still had to have a lot of clients to make any amount of money. And so I was like, how am I going to do this like ongoing? And it wasn't until I got my first mentor that they helped me. I think the piece that they really gapped for me was people are not investing with you based on your pricing or based on your success. People are investing because they believe you can help them. They believe you have something they don't. And that doesn't matter race, color, size, shape, business stage. None of those things matter. If someone believes you have a solution to a problem that they have, they will pay any amount of money they value that offer at, and so, or solution at. And it took me a little bit of work to do that. And it did take me a little bit of work, and it took a while to boost my confidence, but having not the permission, but having the guidance and having someone continuously try to move me into that level. And then with the few clients I had kind of getting some results, I was able over time to lean more into it, right? I don't think people starting out, or people that maybe are in a financial kind of situation, I think if you have these mindset things, that is the number one goal, is to change the way you think about things. Every business is new until they're no longer new. So every business has to build their brand. Every business has to get those first customers, and every business has to earn those customers again and again. And so I feel like no matter what kind of business we're running, we have to do that anyway. So I think the important thing that really helped me was not making sales about me. Mm-hmm. And it was really making it about, I do have a solution to offer people, and it is a very valuable solution. It will change people's lives. It will help people. And the more that I continued every single day to hear that from people in the room, and then remind myself of that, and then see other people doing it, it was just kind of like no brainer at that point to start stepping in. And what I did is I just gradually started like, okay, I'm going to raise my price. I'm going to raise my messaging a little bit. I'm going to raise my vibration, and I'm going to keep working on that until I got there. So I teach my clients to stair step. A lot of the times they'll come in and I'm like, double the price. And they're like, oh, I can't do it. I'm like, okay, what could you do? Could you go any higher? Yeah, I mean, I could confidently sell it for like 800. Let's do 800. And then as soon as they do it, they're like, hey, they paid in full. They didn't even take the payment plan. I'm like, awesome. What do you want to charge now? And then we just gradually show them that it isn't even about the price, and it has nothing to really do with you. It's that that person sees the value in that solution, right? So you can look at this in like real life. I like to share analogies, but you look at it in like real life. I mean, if you have one person who shops at the grocery store and one person who shops at Whole Foods, right? The person that goes to Whole Foods, they're willing to pay more because they believe that that food is more valuable. They believe like it's worth paying more. You have people who shop at Gucci and people who shop at Goodwill. People that shop at Gucci and drop thousands of dollars on a handbag, they obviously believe in perspective of what others think of them. They value a high quality, reputable brand, and they probably feel really good when they wear that bag because it probably makes them feel wealthy, successful, accomplished, beautiful, and there's an emotion attached to that. But there's other people that are like, I wouldn't drop that kind of money on a bag if it was the last thing I did. And that does not make Gucci go out of business. That doesn't make that quality of product any less quality. It just means that there's people that don't see the value in that and other people that do.
Awesome. I love that. I love your conviction. I love your no nonsense. And I love the fact that you always say, I am the best at what I do. I think that is awesome. So thank you.
Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It took years to get there, but what we really try to do is to help you guys also get to that place where you literally believe that you are the best at what you do. And by being the best doesn't mean I'm better than anybody. And by being the best doesn't mean I don't have to improve. It just means I am the best at what I do, and I believe that. And when you have that level of conviction in what you do, there is no stopping you, right? And so it is about getting to that point. And sometimes that means offer refinement. Sometimes it just means you gotta look at your offer and the solution you're telling people you provide them. Maybe there's something off there a little bit. Maybe there's just something that it's not 100%, right? So sometimes it's trimming it down a little bit. I always say trim the fat, cut the fluff. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. What are the exact things they got to do to get that result? And do you believe that will get them there? And what do you value in that result? That changes the game, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
So welcome. Thank you for coming up. Okay. Anybody else? I know I'm trying to check the Facebook group too, and it's just weird. Comments are so delayed on Facebook. I apologize if you guys are posting there. I'm trying to watch, but it's like super slow. Okay. No one else? No other questions for me? Everybody feels pretty good. Okay, so just really quickly, we will have a replay. Okay. We're going to email the replay. Just make sure we have your email. Okay. Just in case. Okay. I can't see who asked this question. It doesn't show your name, but it just says, any advice for newbies to get ready to join you? Well, here's the thing. We have new people in our program, not in Mastermind, but in Academy. Academy has lots of new people. We're helping them refine their message, identify their superpower, create their offers, create their content strategy, get themselves visible, start getting those first sales. We help you with having and hosting conversations, moving your leads, like all of that newbie kind of stuff. We do that in Academy. So there's nothing you have to do to be ready per se. You have to be mentally ready. You have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to invest. You have to be willing to show up. You have to be willing to do the work. If you have those three qualities, right? If you're willing to invest, you're willing to show up, and you're willing to do the work, you absolutely would probably qualify to come in Academy. Okay. If you don't have that, so if you're not willing to invest, if you're not willing to figure that out right now, if you're not going to show up, if you tend to be a creature of habit, right? If you tend to be someone who says yes to things, but then you don't really show up because you're off to the other thing or whatever, or if you are not going to do the work and you're not going to do the work, even with the help, I feel like you would probably need to get some help to prioritize how important your business is and reaching your goals, if that is actually a priority for you. Okay, so that would be my thought. But if it's just a matter of I don't have certain things in place yet. If you're already working your business and you don't have things in place, we could speed that up for you 10 times, right? We could just help you get there faster. So I definitely wouldn't not reach out and have a conversation just because you don't have things in place, because we're helping people do that in Academy. It's more of your mental game. Your mental game is what's going to create your results or lack thereof, no matter what program you're in, or if you're by yourself. It's going to be what's going on between your ears that's going to stop you or soar you. And that's not going to make a difference if you're with us or not. That's just your own thing. So if you are someone who needs help getting those things going, we can help you in Academy if you have the right mindset. But if it is a mindset thing and you're just not going to do the work and you're not willing to figure out the investment, we can't really help you with that. So my recommendation would be to go do some inner work and find out how serious and committed are you to making this business work and creating the sales that you need so that you can, go on and do what you're trying to do. Hopefully that was helpful. And it didn't say your name, so I'm sorry I couldn't say your name. Okay, it was Marcel. Sorry, you're over on Facebook. It shows it so much later. Good question, Marcel. Hopefully that answered that for you. Okay, last call. Any questions? Again, we'll send this via email. Replay a little bit later today. That way, if you guys want to come back and re-listen and just get the juice again, or if you're a replayer, if you're listening to this a little bit later and you're like, gosh, I do want to kind of chat with Anne, find me on social media and just send me a message. Okay. Awesome. You guys, this has been so good. I hope you got so much value and insight from this. I really tried to peel back down to the most important pieces of what we're doing that is creating the results we're having, and only share that with you. So I cut out a lot of stuff that doesn't even matter. I hope you can see how simple, right? Like those 4 things, and it's just getting those in place, getting those working, and then just master them over and over again. All right. I hope to see some of you soon and chat with you. We will talk to you guys all soon. We'll get the replay out shortly. Thanks again so much, you guys, for your time. You've been amazing, and we'll talk soon. Bye, everybody.